It is still raining. It's been raining for about 24 hours. And this hurricane's not supposed to leave till Wednesday or Thursday. So I'm heading back up to the barn. I'm going to make sure that we haven't flooded out this time. You know, yesterday was tornadoes, today is going to be flooding, and tomorrow will probably also be flooding. See, this is what I'm talking about. We're on day 2 of this storm, and we're like 200 miles from the worst part of it. And this is our nearest drainage ditch. But yeah, day 2. We still got Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of this thing. This is gonna be a really long week. Alright, so it is raining, and I imagine most of the barn is flooded. That's just kind of how this whole thing works. I switched over to my phone because my phone's waterproof and my camera is not. And yeah, we're gonna take a walk, check on some of our birds, make sure they're keeping at least a little dry. So, question of the day, how do you keep waterlogged pigeons fed and dry? My solution is aquariums. Old 10-gallon tanks that we no longer use, that Tybalt seems to enjoy, and will help keep her and her food dry. So the entrance is in the back. She can enter and exit as she wants. Her food stays dry from the rain, which just so happens to be pouring in the one big opening that we have, and she can be more comfortable. When she's not eating, she can actually chill in there, and the rain won't get to her. Let's go take a look at our peregrine, see how she's doing. Hi, sweetheart. Well, she's staying moderately dry. Luckily, she's got some good perches away from the storm. Alright, next up is Freya. Hi, sweetheart. I know, you're thrilled that I'm bothering you. Absolutely thrilled. Hi, sweetheart. Alright, so she seems to be doing good. Let's see how she'll behave. A little delay, but not bad. Now, as you can see, she's actually a little bit hesitant to eat with me. Most of that's because of the camera, but a good bit of that's also because we're still getting used to each other. Typically, she's going to be eating a more bird-based diet, but because we've got a big rainstorm, it's dropped in temperature significantly this week, she's getting fed more wraps. This is because wraps tend to be a little more fatty, so they end up gaining, these birds end up gaining a little more weight. Let's see how responsive Freya is today. Yep, she's ready to eat. So we're gonna take a very quick detour, take a little break from feeding real fast, because I want to go check out the lake on this property. So we're out at the lake, and it's a little over its banks, as you guys can probably see over here. Yeah, this little guy right here, that's a dry dock for the canoes, and it's supposed to be dry. Right now, it looks like it might be about 7 or 8 inches underwater, maybe even close to a foot. That's about it for being out of the barn. We got most of it worked out. The pigeons are a little bit drier now. I didn't get to film feeding everybody, but all the raptors are fed, all of our other animals are fed. And for the most part, they're staying pretty dry, which I'm pleased to hear and pleased to see. You guys may have been wondering, why am I filming all of this out in the rain instead of in the barn where it could be a little bit drier? And the reason is, I have a very skeptical friend who says that the reason meteorologists film in the middle of big storms, the reason they do that is because they're trying to make a psychological plea, you know, trying to make you more invested in what they're talking about. And, you know, I can see some merit to that. I can see why they might do it. But I figured I would kind of test it out myself. So, did it work?